The first thing I felt when I woke up was not pain, but confusion, soft beeping sounds, the smell of disinfectant, and a weight on my chest that felt heavier than any illness. Then I saw her, standing at the foot of my ICU bed, arms folded, eyes cold in a way I had never seen before. Claire, my wife of 12 years, didn't ask how I was. She didn't hold my hand. She simply stepped forward and dropped a stack of papers onto my chest, right where my heart struggled to beat. "I'm done, Daniel," she said flatly. "Sign these when you can." Before I could speak, before I could even fully understand the words, she turned and walked out, leaving the divorce papers fluttering slightly with each shallow breath I took. In that moment, surrounded by machines and silence, I realized something worse than my failing body had broken. The life I thought I was fighting to return to no longer existed. Just days earlier, I had collapsed at work after weeks of ignoring fatigue and dizziness. I was a project manager at a construction consultancy, the kind of job that demanded constant availability. Claire had always said she admired my dedication, but lately her admiration had turned into impatience. When the doctors told me I needed immediate treatment and rest, she barely looked up from her phone. I told myself she was just overwhelmed. I told myself many things lying there in that bed. After Claire left, a nurse named Helen came in quietly. She didn't comment on the papers. She simply adjusted my smiled gently and said, "You're safe here, Daniel. Focus on getting better." Her kindness felt like a lifeline. Over the next few days, she and Dr. Michael Reeves became my anchors. Dr. Reeves spoke with calm certainty about recovery, about time and patience. He treated me like a person, not a burden. My younger sister, Emily, arrived the next morning, her face pale with worry. She took one look at the papers and then at me, and her eyes filled with tears. "I'm so sorry," she whispered, gripping my hand. "But you're not alone. You never will be." Emily had always been my quiet strength. She stayed with me, read aloud when I was too weak, and reminded me of who I was beyond my marriage. As the days passed, I slowly regained strength. My condition stabilized, and with it my clarity. I replayed my life with Claire in my mind, not with bitterness, but with honesty. We had built a comfortable life, but somewhere along the way, comfort replaced connection. I had measured my worth in hours worked and promotions earned. She had measured happiness in appearances and certainty. When illness shattered that certainty, she chose to walk away. One afternoon, Dr. Reeves sat beside my bed with a file. "Daniel," he said, "there's something you should know. Before you were admitted, your company completed an internal review. You were due for a major leadership role, one that includes long-term benefits and financial security. They've held it open for you." He smiled. "They value you. But more importantly, you need to value yourself." I nodded, absorbing the words slowly. Claire had left believing I was broken, finished, a liability. She didn't know that even in my weakest moments, seeds of a new future were quietly growing. Weeks later, I was discharged. Emily took me to her home, a modest place filled with warmth and laughter. Recovery was slow, but each day brought small victories, walking without assistance, cooking a meal, sleeping through the night. I began journaling, reflecting on gratitude and purpose. I volunteered remotely with a mentorship program for young professionals, sharing lessons about balance and self-worth. Helping others helped heal me. One evening Claire called. Her voice was uncertain, unfamiliar. She said she hadn't realized how serious my condition had been. She said she was overwhelmed, scared. She mentioned the job offer she'd heard about through mutual contacts. There was a pause heavy with expectation. I listened quietly, then said, "I hope you find peace, Claire. I'm focusing on my health and the people who stayed." It wasn't anger I felt, it was release. Months later, I started my new role with flexible hours and a renewed sense of purpose. I moved into a small flat near a park where I walked every morning, breathing in the simple gift of being alive. I stayed in touch with Helen and Dr. Reeves, sending updates and thanks. Emily became my closest companion, our bond stronger than ever. Looking back, the ICU wasn't where my life ended. It was where it was stripped down to what truly mattered. Illness revealed truths comfort had hidden. Loss made room for growth, and compassion from strangers, from family, from myself became the foundation of a better life. Sometimes, when I think of those papers falling onto my chest, I no longer feel pain. I feel clarity. They were not the end of my story. They were the moment I stopped living for approval and started living with intention. Life doesn't always break us to punish us. Sometimes it breaks us open to let the light in. And if you find yourself abandoned at your weakest, remember this: those who walk away make space for those who will walk beside you. Healing is not just about the body. It's about rediscovering your worth and choosing hope, even when others do not.